Stitch and Seam podcast. We are, as you may be able to tell, we are live today from Anime Bonsai. This is technically our first live show. Mercedes is on her phone.
Yes, I'm on my phone trying to post about it so that people will come. We have one audience member right now, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Like, I'm excited.
We're collecting horror stories for our spooky Halloween episode, which by this point I don't know if you will or will not have heard. Are we posting this one first or the other one?
I think the Halloween episode will come before this one.
Yeah.
In the schedule,
so those were some great stories,
they were
guys.
Amazing.
So
yes.
Scary. Such horror. I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, this may even be part of the episode, depending on like how many people come in with their horror stories. It depends on how David wants to edit it.
We are in a nebulous time zone here.
Nebulous.
So welcome. We are at Anime Bonsai. It's a convention here in Salt Lake City, Utah. We've covered it a little bit in our history of anime conventions in our state. Hey, friend.
Welcome
to the podcast. So we've talked a little bit about Anime Bonsai before, and we were given the opportunity to do a live show. We are actually in the same room as some of the fun events going on. What was this one? Assassination Classroom, I think? Machine? Assassination Machine.
Nice. Spooky.
Bonsai is well known for having like a lot of events and stuff to do at the convention. I feel like they change things up like every year just so you get something fresh and you're not ever like it's the same old again and again and again. But yeah, that's my hot take on that.
Hot take?
Yeah, it's my new phraseology.
Phraseology.
Yes.
Yes.
My new spin of words.
You're very good at those.
My
You're
wordsmithing. But yeah, so you can, as always, you can follow us on our Facebook group, Cosplay Stitch and Seam. The membership does have to be approved, just so we make sure you're not a spam bot from, wherever.
Which I usually just hit approve, and then I find out later.
How dare. But yeah, come join our Facebook group, introduce yourself. We're always happy to share and like each other's stuff and share how we're making things. Mercedes posts almost every day some stuff you can talk about, like what you're working on. You can promote your page.
It's supposed to be a very like cosplayer friendly group on Facebook. We super promote that. Welcome, guys.
Hey, guys.
We super promote like you can share your stuff, share your progress, share your page, share. It's just there to be a very welcoming, fun group, and and sometimes I'm like, oh hey, there's an episode.
Yeah, and then as always, if you want to get a hold of us, share a cosplay horror story, ask advice, give us an idea for a new episode, you can contact us at
cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com
or on our webpage, cosplaystitchandseam.com. There's a little like form you can fill out if you want to go anon.
You can also, not just sharing horror stories and whatnot, you can share happy stories too. We've done that before where we share some happy, like, cool things that you guys have done.
How people met at cons and got together, and
adorable.
It's really cute. Or I just lost my train of thought.
Good job.
It went away. But yeah, we just had several more people walk in. So this episode, we're kind of bouncing between talking about Bonsai and your favorite parts about the convention. And then a special part of our show is we do cosplay horror stories. How many of you are here for horror stories? Yeah? Awesome. So we'll probably put the main mic on hold for a second, and I'm going to come up and ask you guys on the little fuzzy Tribble mic what your horror story is and introduce yourselves, a little bit about yourselves. And then just to give you a little bit of heads up, we also like to cover like social issues that cosplayers face, things like cyberbullying, things like body shaming. So if you have a topic that you'd like us to cover that you think is important, let us know, because I'll probably just ask you after your story if you have any that you want to contribute. Cool.
Because if you've done that one already...
Tell me a tale, weave me a story. Tell me your cosplay horrors.
Okay, alright. So my name's DJ Halliday, and... Oh, thanks.
We know.
Everyone knows me. No.
Oh my god.
I'm like the Regina George of Anime Bonsai.
I got called the Colonel Sanders of Anime Bonsai.
Why?
I helped found it.
Oh, the Colonel. Okay. I was like, you don't give out fried chicken or anything. All right, so I thought of this one after I told my last one because this was very bad. So we were playing cosplay chess at SoccerCon, and I was Ike from, you know this one, from Fire Emblem. And I had worn this other wig I got for like maybe 3 years. It looked good, but it didn't really look like Ike that much. So I was like, well, I'm going to get this new wig, and it's going to be really cool. So I got this really cool spiky wig, better color. I was super stoked. We were at Cosplay Chess, and there was a Solid Snake cosplayer there. And this was when Smash just barely came out with him. So this snake was, like, super obnoxious, super hyperactive. He died early, but then he would interfere with other people's deaths and interactions and everything else. So everyone was getting very annoyed with him. So it was near the end of the game, and I was dressed as Ike, and he decided to interrupt ours, come up to me, and lick the side of my face from my chin up through my ear into my wig. And I was so in shock, I did not deck him, and I didn't want to get kicked out of the con, but I was very distraught. And my friend Amanda came with her sleeve as Soren and just wiped the slime off of my face.
So telling this story, do you feel like cosplay is not consent has been a positive movement in the community? Absolutely.
I don't ever want to get licked by someone again unless it's my boyfriend. So cosplay is consent. Cosplay is not consent is very important. So that's my story. That's my other story.
Thank you for sharing. Yes. Thanks. Tell us your name. Tell us your story.
My name is Mercedes, and a while ago I lived in Kansas, and I was going to do my first group cosplay, and I was going to design everyone's costume. Mm-hmm. The night before was the night when I actually could get to designing. I was going to make one of my friends Hades, and then me and another friend of mine was going to be Pain and Panic.
Oh, cute. Okay.
So I took down every measurement, and I decided I was going to go fancy, so I bought some stitching stuff and then some stitching glue, and I tried my best, and I spent all night. I probably got 1 or 2 hours of sleep that night.
Oh, wow.
And the person that I was making it for, she went to bed earlier. So I was basically guessing and guessing and guessing, and I finally got something I was so happy with. She wakes up the next morning, I pull her over, make her stand up, and I pull it over her head. All of the stitching went out of it. I cried for hours.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So do you have an idea for a topic or social issue that you think cosplayers face these days?
I think a lot of it's body shaming, like if you don't have the right skin type, if you're too chunky.
Stuff like that. Cool. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And then last, where can people follow you online? Do you have like a cosplay page or anything like that?
No.
Well, thank you. We have a ribbon.
Your name, by the way. I mean, I'm totally biased.
Awesome. All right, tell us your name, tell us your story.
All right, my name's Alex. You've heard some of my stories before. I'm with Ex-Angel Design and Cosplay.
Okay.
My horror story today is going to be Medusa from FantasyCon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So with Medusa for FantasyCon, it was my first cosplay contest, and I created my own design and got to work, spent like 2 seasons of Doctor Who making the headpiece by itself.
Oh, jeez.
But I was going to try and do an entire scaled body with a tail so it looked like I was slithering. And it was Wednesday before the con, and I had no scaling, nothing. So it was like, well, I committed to be in this contest, so now I've got to rethink. And so that 4th of July, while my cats were afraid of the fireworks, I was cutting and sewing a new dress to go with my cosplay. Aww. And then the day of the con, everything went relatively well. Except a lot of people had interest in my headpiece, and they're like, oh, that's amazing. In fact, I met VFire and actually got interviewed for this blog way back when it was a blog.
Nice.
But almost everyone asked, how heavy is that? And I didn't realize how heavy it was until people were asking the question. And because of when I painted it, how it had dried, the back snakes actually caused my head to push forward. So I had like my chin too far forward with all of the weight. And if you are a Bible reader, it was about the same weight as your average Bible. Or if you're Mormon, your average quad. So like, yeah. So that was on my head all night, and I'm just like, well, I'm doing it. But, great things came out of it because, met some people and got the taste for competition.
So how about you? Do you have any ideas for future episodes or like topics that you think are important to cosplayers?
I'd like to actually have like an episode dedicated to charity that can be done with cosplay. I know that it's been touched on in one of the previous episodes, but I know that that's kind of scratching the surface.
Yeah.
I know that some people have done like cosplay calendars to do relief for stuff, and I think it would be really cool to see all the different ways that cosplay could impact the community.
Nice. I love that. That's awesome. I have a ribbon for you as well. Yay! So as I'm passing out these ribbons, I'm going to explain a little bit about ribbon culture just so our listeners know what I'm talking about. Some conventions will do ribbons as like a little add-on to your badge. Not only does it make the badge more visible to staff so they can make sure that you've bought one for the weekend, but it also is a fun way to create a souvenir for the weekend and go to talk to people. Anime Los Angeles is huge on the ribbon culture. You can go up to different people, ask how to earn a badge or how to earn a ribbon, and then trade ribbons, earn all kinds of different ribbons throughout the weekend. It's a bunch of fun. Yeah. Anyone else want to tell a story?
I have a funny.
Yes, tell us a funny one.
It actually happened today.
Okay, so tell us your name, tell us your story.
My name's Emily.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a story. Okay. I haven't cosplayed that much. This is my second year cosplaying. Because of her. Anyways, so when people ask us if they could take pictures, we're like, okay, sure. And then we ask them if they're Bumblebee shippers, because our characters and ship name is for Bumblebee. And most of them will be like, don't even know what that is, but I can get into that. So it just occurring to me that it's not they're into Bumblebee, it's that they're just into two girls hugging. So it's kind of funny to think about.
I like it. Thank you. And then same question as before. Is there an idea you have for a future episode or like an issue that you think cosplayers face?
Well, there's definitely body shaming, and there's also whether or not you buy your costume or you make your costume. That one's always a good one.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Anybody else want to share before I sit down? Okay. Sitting time. All right.
Do you pause it?
I did.
Okay.
It's good.
I don't know how it works.
It's good.
It looked like
I learned at the Manny Petty thing that we did.
It's all magic. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry I missed that.
No, you're good. See, so before con we did something called a PreCon Pamper. If you're in the Facebook group, you might have heard about it. But we just wanted everyone to like take a day before the convention and kind of like de-stress and relax, because I know we get in the mindset of you have to finish everything, gotta get everything done, gotta like not sleep for 2 days, and so the PreCon Pamper is just a way to like kind of help ease anxiety, help people relax and get your nails done, do something fun for you.
I'm so jealous. I got sick this week, so I couldn't go.
But see, it's good because you were still practicing good self-care.
I was sleeping.
Yes.
On my couch bed.
Yes.
Watching anime.
Yes.
Sleeping
Yes.
and watching anime. Yes.
So I have a story to share.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
And I feel like I have to share this because it's my anime Bonsai story of horror. So this was one of the years when I was still running Bonsai. I used to be the chair for Bonsai, like back in 2005, a while ago. So this was just after we had moved to the Sheraton, downtown Salt Lake City. So it was a long time ago. So being the chair of a con, I was running all over the place. I was like, had people on the walkie-talkie all the time going, we need you here. We need you to tell so-and-so this. We need you to sign for that. We need you to approve this thing. And, just kind of running like crazy all over the con. And so that year we had a form to fill out for people to review the convention, give us ideas for things they want to do, and then if they filled out the form, we would give them a candy. It was just to give people incentive on this form to have like candy that you would get if you filled it out. So I'm running around the con taking care of stuff. We had a musical guest that year, so they had told us on the contract they wanted specific equipment, and then there was a mix-up and miscommunication, and they didn't get that equipment. And so I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to locate equipment, check every rental place, and I'm just like running back and forth between where the concert is supposed to be happening and where the equipment is supposed to get delivered, so I can sign things off and get stuff moving over. And over the walkies, I keep hearing people go, hey, where's the candy? Where's the candy? Someone asked Pannon where the candy is. She knows. And I was like, okay, one, yes, I know where the candy is, but I'm kind of in the middle of a giant crisis right now, so I have to take care of it. And so me just thinking, okay, well, even if they don't know where the candy is, surely someone will like just send someone with $10 to the grocery store and buy a bag of candy and come back. But it keeps coming up. They're like, oh, the same group came back. They want to know where their candy is. We told them they would get candy if they finished this form. And I'm like, okay, someone will take care of it. I have to get the equipment. I have to get this concert started. And so I'm just running back and forth like crazy. And it's been going on for like 2 or 3 hours now. The concert is like an hour late to start. We finally get them going. And then they needed like a different mic. So I was already just like, ah! And I'm running down the hallway and I find the person who has been asking on and on and on about the candy, and she goes, Pannon, where's the candy? And I'm like all the way down the hallway, and I go, I don't have your dang candy! And it was the maddest I've ever been. Not like at someone, but just in general. I felt like my brain was going to melt down. But like, and the thing was, even at my angriest, I just am pre-programmed not to curse. So I literally screamed, I don't have your dang candy. And this was also the same year, like one of our return volunteers is Kelly. I don't know if you know Kelly.
Maybe.
She's a Epic Fail cosplay?
Yes.
Okay, so she comes back every year, does a lot of improv events and things like that. And this was her first year volunteering as a tiny little like volunteer, trailing behind Kim to ask about candy and like hiding behind her shoulder dressed as Renji from Bleach. Aww. And when I screamed, her eyes were just the size of plates. She was like, this is Pannon, why is she crazy?
Pannon's a big scary monster.
Yes. So that's my Bonsai horror story. And so even now at like convention, I went to a convention in Texas this summer. Someone came to my panel, sat through the whole panel, at the end went, so where's the candy? And I was like, I'm going to flip this table right now.
Oh, my equipment, no.
No! All right, it looks like we got some new horror story peoples.
Yes.
Did you want to interview these ones?
Yeah, I'll do it. Who do we have, and what is your story?
Well, my name is Sabrina, and my story is a couple years ago. I went to SakuraCon in Seattle, and it was the first time I'd ever done poison ivy. And I had made boots covered in leaves, and I had also made a skirt that was entirely covered in leaves and trailed on the floor, followed me around. What I didn't expect was people to constantly step on the skirt and to nearly rip me off my feet.
Oh no!
And besides the skirt getting constantly stepped on and ripped, my leaves slowly started to fall off the boots. So by the end, I had half-covered leaf boots. And by the end of the third day, my skirt was completely ripped off. There's a giant hole in the back from where it's just been stepped on and people just ripped it completely apart.
Aww.
And it was like, well, there goes 15 hours of hot gluing and sewing flowers and leaves and everything else all over this long skirt. And most people that weekend called me Ariel instead of Poison Ivy. So it was a fun outfit, but I think I only had like 7 people who realized I was Poison Ivy.
That's a pretty good horror story. Do you have a cosplay page or anything that people can find you at, or?
I do. I'm currently redoing it. It's Lady Nuva Cosplay on Facebook. If you can't find that page, you can find me. My name's Sabrina Nystrom or you can find my drag page, which is Brent Bedding. Either of those will work for you.
Awesome. Now, here's another question. Are you going to be the Poison Ivy in chess tonight?
Yes, I'm the Poison Ivy in cosplay chess tonight.
I think you're killing me.
Oh,
I'm excited. Okay.
It'll be fun.
It'll be way fun. I'm excited. Yeah. So, are there any topics that you would like us to cover on the podcast?
Well, one is con crunch, how to best appropriate con crunch and make your time worthwhile.
Awesome.
So
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a horror story you want to share?
A horror story, yes.
From Bonsai.
Okay. From Bonsai, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually the first year that I did cosplay. No, second year I did cosplay chess. First year I did cosplay chess, I was just standing there being like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I was playing a really like bad A character, and like I had no idea what I was doing, and was just like standing there, just like I look angry. But the second year I was Link, because Link's a lot more comfortable for me to play.
See, I had another story, and it's from cosplay chess, but I think you were the Wasp, and it isn't about me. It was Hina will murder me for telling it. She was the Huntress, and she did not secure her corset. And good thing she had a little capelet, because things came out that should not. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She went to like do a like tear your wings off, and other things happened.
Yep.
It was still a PG event. I was just saying,
still
nothing
very
was
PG.
seen.
Yes. It was that hidden. Anyways, so I was Link, and that day I just bought my own fairy in a bottle. Like one of the artists in Artist Alley was selling these really cute, like little fluffy fairies in a bottle, and it had sparkles and like this cute little like cork in the top. Like I had to have it. I was like, I've got my own Navi. I was like, yay! So in cosplay chess, we had not rehearsed anything, so it was just kind of just random. So those who don't know what cosplay chess is, it's usually the
It's
pieces.
like wizard's chess.
Yeah, it's like wizard's chess, but with people.
Yeah.
And the cosplayers, and they all act in character, and when they go and like kill another piece, they like fight against each other on stage. And
Like if you ever wanted to find out who would win between One Punch Man and Goku, you get to see them duke it out.
Yes,
It's fun.
yeah, and it's kind of like some of them are improv, some of them are pre-planned. Like cosplay chess, no matter what form, I love it. I just have a ton of fun with it. So this one, I hadn't made it to any of the pre-meetings, so it was just all improv for me. And I went. So when it came to my death on the chessboard, I don't remember who was killing me. I don't remember at all, but I remember just like pulling out my fairy and holding it out as if I was defending myself using Navi. And the person took Navi from my hand, looked at her, and this is a glass jar, by the way, threw her behind them. And I go, Navi! No!
Oh,
and luckily it landed on the cork. Like, I've never been able to get that cork back out of it. It landed on the cork, and I, like, dove after it, and I ended up winning Best Death. But it was because it was really genuine.
So her acting is so good.
I know, my acting's amazing.
So
I
good.
was super legit, like, my bottle fairy.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that happened.
I have another one I can tell from Bonsai.
Yeah.
I have many horror stories from Bonsai. I've been working here too long. So if all y'all have seen Gurren Lagann, we did a skit one year where I had a quick change because I was Shimon from the time skip, and he has like a prince sort of outfit, and then he has his like Gar, like I'm in like Galaxy Express 999 sort of like Captain Harlock outfit.
Nice.
And so I did a quick change. It was one of my first quick changes between that outfit and the like boss one. And I had arranged it so there was like I had a jacket and an undershirt. And the jacket I could just take on and off. So I take off the jacket and hand it off to someone. And then I would put on the bigger coat, and then I tear out the front of the other thing. So that way you couldn't see, because I had to open bind for this costume because he's basically bare-chested from like the ribs up. And so I did an open binding technique. So I basically had like bandage stuff covering my bits. From like
bits.
But there was like probably like a 5 or 6 inch gap in the front that's bare, so it looks like you have a boy chest or a whatever. Whatever. So I go to like tear out the tearable, and I have the other jacket on.
Oh no.
And I pull it, and it pulled part of my bandage with it because I had been sweating and in this costume all day. So it pulled part of the bandage with it. And you watch the skit, and I just like, I pulled with my right hand, and my left hand stayed to like hold the jacket, and it pulled from like the left side. And so my left hand just stays there for the rest of the skit because I am holding my tape on so that I don't flash the entirety of the con. And the song that happened to have been playing while that was happening was Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. And so now people wonder why, like, I love that song, but I can't listen to it because I'm just like, I can't. I have like flashbacks of like almost flashing 2,000 people at once because, yeah, so that's one of my other horror stories.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's good.
That's beautiful. So, I actually want to talk about like my first experience with Bonsai.
Yeah.
Because it was my very first convention.
Tell us.
And it was my second time cosplaying.
Dish, I'm going to lean away from the mic and eat some peanuts.
That sounds good. Peanut breath.
So that...
Okay, so my first time coming to Anime Bonsai was in 2008, I think? Yes, 2008. And, like, my only experience with cosplay before that was Video Games Live, which, like, had really awesome cosplays, but not, like, seeing the competition value cosplays. That was, like, I want to wear a comfortable cosplay while I'm at a concert kind of stuff. And I was already blown away at Video Games Live, but I come to Bonsai, and I threw together a Link costume. There's a common theme.
It's almost like there's a theme.
It's like, I don't cosplay anything else, maybe. There's a time I vowed I would never cosplay Link again, and then Breath of the Wild came out.
And then you wanted to cosplay 8 different Links.
All the outfits. So I put together this Link costume. And I'm running around the convention. I'm seeing these amazing cosplays. Pannon walks by in her Fighty Flowrite with, like, that big cloak.
That
and
coat.
Just, my mind is blown. Just, psh.
You know me.
I had no idea who she was at that time. I was just like, dang. That's amazing. I'm running around as Link, and someone just starts yelling, Link! 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 And I'm not paying attention, because that's not my name. I'm Mercedes, like...
Helpful pro tip. Learn to recognize the name of your character when somebody yells it.
Anyways, well, what shocked me even more was that the person who was yelling this came up to me afterwards. This is kind of a horror story, actually. Came up to me afterwards and was like, yo, I am calling you by your character name. Answer. And I was like, who are you? Like, and that's when I learned that if people don't know your name and they want to get a picture with you, they will call your character name, which makes total sense. But I never experienced that before. Sometimes I felt like a dummy, and I also like felt like it kind of hurt. Like, it was really rude. And so like I just kind of like went in a corner for a while and was like, I'm not talking to anybody anymore. But of course, my friends who took me to the convention were like, no, we're getting you out of this corner. We're gonna go do stuff. No, it was a ton of fun. Like, Anime Bonsai just, like, blew my mind. Like, all the amazing cosplays that I saw there the first year. All the panels. The panels were what inspired me to start doing my own panels.
Nice. I mean, clearly you came out of it with a positive experience.
Yes. Despite
getting yelled at.
Despite getting yelled at for not answering to Link. Going, I now know, though. Yes.
Take it for a new recipe. I made a Final Fantasy joke because I was eating peanuts and my Ignis came up and I offered them to him and told him to make a new recipe. Why would they call you Prompto? I am Prompto. Hey, cockatiel chocobo, yes. Sorry, go. We killed David.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? I'd say your first experience with bonsai, but
My
you like
first experience with bonsai
kind of like made it.
was
like helped with
putting
that.
in the paperwork for all the room rentals because I was running the convention.
That's a lot of work.
Making sure staff didn't overcharge us.
Yup.
I hate this finger band-aid.
Why do you have a finger band-aid?
He has a finger band-aid.
Oh. I was like, did you cut yourself? Your character
No.
has a finger band-aid.
He has a finger band-aid. Just on one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Panels. We could talk about panels.
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 I think we talked about it like briefly earlier, but events. Like one of the things I like about Bonsai is they're always thank you. They're always changing up the events.
You didn't do anything to the recipe, you just gave you back peanuts.
They're toasted. Fire toasted peanuts. Thanks. What a good episode. People listening to us talk to our audience. What was I going to say? Oh, so events. One of the things that we always tried to do from the very beginning was to have things that were unique to Bonsai. And I was actually, I found our program book from year 1. I actually, I still have it. And one of the things we did our first year was we had the anime Trigun was not new, but it was it was popular still. It was 2005, so.
What is that?
Trigun is
anime. The anime. Sorry, I thought you were saying an event.
No.
No, the anime itself.
It was based on Trigun because
I've had 4 hours of sleep.
No, the event was a hunt for Vosh the Stampede. Because he's the $20 billion double dollar man or whatever it was.
I love that anime.
So we dressed my sister in my old Vosh costume and had people track her down across con because she's a really good runner. And so people had to drag her back to the con and catch Vosh so they could get the reward.
Oh my word.
And after that, we did much safer events. But we always tried to do something silly and fun. We always do a scavenger hunt. A few years back, we did a full haunted house where we had people from all kinds of different horror anime.
I heard good things about that. I wasn't able to go to it, but I heard a lot of good things.
It was a really popular event. We gave people a free pass with their bag, their registration for the weekend. But we also were selling tickets for $1 at the door to go toward charities. And we ended up selling a bunch of tickets, even beyond just the regular free ones. At the door, we had the rail tracer from Bakano answer the door in a bloody train conductor suit. And then we had Raccoon City, we had Resident Evil, we had Fatal Frame. There was a room. I got to be Grell from Black Butler, and I had a demilled but still live chainsaw. So I got to chase after people with a chainsaw after killing Sebastian, which was super fun because you would think these guys that act like super tough guys that were this isn't a scary haunted house. And I would run at them with a chainsaw and they would their voice would just go from this isn't scary. Sorry, I probably blew out the levels of the mic, but yeah, just watching the guys go from it's not that bad to it was pretty fun.
Satisfying.
It was the best part of my evening. There was a kind of horror story with literal horror with that one because my friend Winter was dressed. They were doing a Full Metal Alchemist section for the haunted house, and so what they decided to do for that was one of the cosplayers dressed as Ed. And they had to have their arm kind of tied behind their back, and then we made the end of their arm look like a bloody stump. And then we did the same thing with one of their legs. And then they had a big transmutation circle. And our biggest investment, everyone brought their own props and things to help decorate this. So our biggest investment was buying a gallon of fake blood, a literal gallon. It was a really special mix that's meant to come out of clothes, carpet, anything like that. So we laid down a tarp. It had a alchemy circle drawn on it, and then we had a friend who let us cover her in latex and fake blood, and she laid on her back and flopped and made noises, and was basically supposed to be Ed's mom that they tried to create.
Oh no.
And halfway through the night she's like, guys, I have to pee. I have to pee.
Oh no.
And yeah. And so we were like, can't you wait? We're only going to be open for another like hour and a half. And she's like, no, it can't wait. So we had to shut down the haunted house. And then she gets up and like, not to be crude, but at this point, with all the stuff we'd covered her in, she looked like a human tampon.
Wow.
And she runs out the front door of the haunted house, screaming, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me!" And like the line to get into the haunted house is just watching in terror as this human tampon runs screaming past them and goes to my friend Hannah's room, who then had can I use your shower? But yeah, so we got to terrify a lot of people that night. Good memories of Bonsai.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So yeah, I have a lot of fun and a lot of horror stories from Bonsai.
Oh.
Yep. How about you? Any other fun tales, horror stories, friends you've met?
I just love that story so much. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Yes.
Like, it's Full Metal Alchemist theme. It's got to have Ed be like, "Where's my brother?" Okay, good.
Yep, it had everything.
Good.
Yep.
I'm really bummed I missed that.
Yeah, it was a really fun one.
That sounds like I heard really good things about the haunted house, but I had no idea it had that kind of stuff in it. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was fun. I really liked it because they would like still be in character and lead you through the haunted house.
That's
So my
cool.
job was to scare people out of it. So I would literally chase them with the chainsaw till they left. But going in, like we had the rail tracer to take tickets. But once you get in, like we had DJ at the very front dressed as Resident Evil characters, and they were like, like all this stuff's going down. Come on, get through, and they would like fend off a zombie attack, and like just as they were escorting people to the next area, they'd get eaten by zombies in front of, and
That's
someone
so
else
cool.
would come up, and like the Fatal Frame section, we had Kay, I think. It was the character Kay, and he would come up and like flash you in the face with a really bright flash, and then be like, the ghosts are here, like you have to like stay behind me, I'll keep you safe, and like you're so like caught off guard by the camera flash that you're just like, what? And then these ghosts come out with like stakes through their eyes and that are groaning and coming after you. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm getting like all
It's exciting.
But yeah, like I said, Bonsai always tries to do like fun and different events, even if they don't stay. We still try to do stuff that's different and
It
fun.
kind of changes up each year, like
Yeah.
with different things, and like I like it.
Yeah.
One that like has been around for a while is like the cosplay brawl.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's a fun one. I wasn't able
Do
to
you
sign
know-
up for it this year because it's at the same time as contest stuff.
Yeah, we got permission from another convention that started it, which was Anime Oasis does battle cosplay, and asked permission to do like a similar event because I really wanted to host something like that. And so I came up with my own dice roll system. I don't play D&D, but I came up with a really simple dice system that I could use to like basically help them LARP on stage. And yeah, it's been a really fun one. I used to host it all the time, and then I got too busy.
It was a ton of fun though. I did it for a couple of years, but I think my favorite one was when I was dressed as Mad Hatter from Pandora Hearts. And my friend Jessie, was dressed as Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Did I win? Okay, I did that right. Okay, Final Fantasy VI. And we decided to join up as like a team on it because like the Mad Hatter from Pandora Hearts is often called a clown, and Kefka looks like a clown. So we were the Clown Bros. It was hilarious. Like we just did really dumb things on stage and like stole each other's like weapons and things. Like it was really fun. I super enjoy that. I really liked the aspect of like you roll the dice and then okay, you do the attack, but this one's gonna die. Like I loved acting out the dice rolls. Like it was really fun.
It's kind of like doing an improv class almost.
Yeah.
Like here's the scene, ready, set, go.
Yeah. I entered as my first year of Bonsai actually. I entered it with my friend because she's like, you got to try everything, and like she just pushed me into everything. It was awesome. So I did the brawl with I was Ed from Cowboy Bebop. So again, I was hyped up on Mountain Dew that day.
Oh jeez.
Lots of Mountain Dew. Running around with my actual laptop on my head. That poor laptop. This is like an old like brick laptop.
That would be heavy after a whole day.
Yeah. I didn't notice. I was hopped up on Mountain Dew. But not like I was like I used my laptop as like a weapon in it and like pretended to hit somebody with it and like it was fun. It was fun. What are other events that happen? Those are the main ones that I've done is like cosplay chess and whatnot. Should we do another round of horror stories?
Yeah.
Hina's making a face.
People that want a ribbon but don't want to give me a story. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for it to get a little quieter over there.
Okay.
Okay. It's maybe
It's
it
not
won't.
gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. We're at a con. It doesn't get quieter. Okay. So
We'll just be really loud.
Yay! I'm gonna say again. Tell me your name. Tell me your story.
So my name is Krystal. The internet probably knows me better as Sumikins, and this story is, I think, pretty unique, and it's
Yes.
one that you are very familiar
in this
with.
story.
Yes.
I can tell my part with the elevator
Yes.
at the end.
So for my old cosplay group, for Fanime, I think it was 2012, we decided to do a skit doing the circus arc from Kuroshitsuji. And at the time, that hadn't been animated yet, so it was kind of an obscure thing, and, you know, we just wanted to do fancy costumes, and we did...
We thought, too.
Yeah, right? Right? So then we made, you know, we put all this work into it, and we had a group of... We had Ciel, Sebastian, Beast, Joker, Dagger, and Snake, and Jumbo was our group. And so we're like, nobody else is going to be doing this. This is going to be great. And we, like, built a tent and stuff. And we got down to the con, and we had scheduled for like a Saturday judging slot because we didn't want to get into these costumes and then get back out of them. And we get in the elevator, and there's Shannon, also dressed as Dagger.
I mean, imagine my surprise because my group was like, where are you? We're already down at judging. They're going to start in like 15 minutes. So I'm scrambling to get ready. And I have my Dagger costume on, and I get in the elevator, and it's full of Kuroshitsuji Black Butler people in the same group. And I thought it was my group for a minute, because I kind of did this like double take of like, what the heck?
Yeah, so we're like, okay, that's cool, you know, somebody else cosplaying from this series. And we get downstairs, and we are walking in the same direction. And we get down to judging, and there's a whole nother Kuroshitsuji circus group. And we were like, you know what? I can't even be mad. Like, you can't plan this. And not only did we have almost the entire same set of characters, both the CLs had the tearaway hobo outfit with the circus outfit underneath. And it was just like, well, you know, you always talk about, you know, being afraid you're going to show up and somebody's going to be in the same costume as you are and somebody's going to think you copied someone else. And we just showed up and we're like, well...
No, after the show, we literally had people come up and say, why did you guys get to go on twice? I'm like, we didn't. They were two different groups.
Yep, so the audience couldn't tell the difference, and it was hilarious. I mean, our skits ended up being completely different, like, mood-wise, but it was...
They had a tent.
Yes.
Which I remember distinctly, because our group was watching as they went on first, and our whole group turns to each other and like, guys, they have a tent. Guys, it's over, they have a tent. They have a tent.
And yet you guys won. So.
You both won. You guys won an award too, though, yeah?
There were a couple of craftsmanship awards in there. Rin got an award for her doll costume, and there was another girl in our group who made like 3 or 4 different costumes in our group, and she got Fanime had a design award back then, so she got that award. So we got like a couple of costume awards within our group. Nice. But then you guys beat us up for skins.
So the funny thing is, after this all went down, and we were excited because we were like, yay, we won! And we went to dinner, and then we went back to our hotel room afterwards, and it's just me and a few other people from our Black Butler group. And we go to hit the elevator, and not only did they have a tent in their skit, they had some like fake circus animals, specifically a tiger. And since they had a tent, you only saw the tiger's head, and it would like peek out and roar, and it was a cool effect. And so we get to the elevator, and there's just a disembodied tiger head in the elevator.
By itself.
by itself. And so, like, we kind of, like, looked around, like, are they trying to send us a message? Is this the Godfather? What is happening?
And it gets better because we didn't know any of that happened. We were in this bad habit of dumping our stuff, like just leaving it places at the end of conventions. So we just put stuff in the elevator and we're like, bye Betty, see you later. And then like a year later, you and I were at a different convention and I realized you were the same person. And so I told the story about how we just put it in the elevator and you were like, oh my God, we found it.
It specifically found us. Yay. So I'm going to ask the same question I've asked other people. Are there any topics you think we should cover, or important things plaguing the cosplay community, or good things in the cosplay community?
Problem would be, I think, people getting discounted, like particularly in terms of conventions viewing cosplayers, because certain cosplayers have more likes than others, whereas they may not necessarily be the most talented. There's a lot of overlooked people out there. So just this turn towards putting more value in likes and views versus what people actually produce.
Okay, interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Take a ribbon.
What should we talk about next, audience?
Audience. I told them your horror story about being the huntress during cosplay chess. I told them your horror story when you were the huntress at cosplay chess. Oh yeah, that wasn't you. Never mind.
We'll edit her name out.
Uh-huh. What? Uh-huh. We don't? Oh. Hina's a liar. I'm trying to think of other fun horror stories. You guys don't have to listen to the dead air. Only poor David does during ours.
So many times. So much dead air.
So much of Mercedes going, what was I saying again? Oh, I am the biggest airhead. And I host panels.
Mercedes.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you what someone asked me at a ribbon trade today.
Okay.
Because this morning you told me you shouldn't be talking because you're not good at talking and have a podcast.
Yes.
And now you're trying to tell me. So, to get his ribbon, you had to say one nice thing about yourself. And I think you need to do that right now. Nice thing.
Okay. What nice thing do I...
Yes, you have to give me a nice thing about yourself.
That's really hard because now I'm like wearing a thing that looks like a diaper on my head.
No one's going to see it. This is an audio broadcast.
No one can see. They're going to see the photos though. They're going to be like, look at that diaper head.
They're just going to say, look at that fin. They had such a cool sword. It has like a slappy bracelet.
She almost hit me with it.
Isn't that cool? See, that's what they're going to remember. It's a measuring tape.
It's...
Hey. I tried my best.
Yes, I have made an awesome... Well,
know something good about you.
About me. About me, okay. Poking my face.
I am.
I have soft skin.
You do.
Albert, hi, Sadie.
Hello, friend. So we have a few new people. Did you guys want to share horror stories?
Horror stories.
Horror stories. Cats. All right, we have another cosplayer here. Tell us your name and if you have like a website or anything, and then tell us your story.
Hi, I'm Tia. I don't have a website. I'm around somewhere, but my first story is, how long ago was that? It would have been like 2009-ish when Black Butler wasn't Black Butler yet. It was just the manga scanlations. It was just Kuro Shitsuji and nobody knew about it except the scanlations.
This was our snake.
Oh! Yeah.
We have met before.
Yes. So I was dressed as the Undertaker. And back then, the people who knew the series really, really liked the series. So when they saw someone cosplaying from it, I got glomped a lot in that costume. So I was out in the parking lot walking back to my hotel, and these two girls stopped me and like, "We love your costume, you look amazing." And I'm like, "Well, thank you, that's very nice of you." And she says, "It's too bad you're not actually a guy, because I would totally rape you." It's like, insert record scratch noise right here. It's like, did I just hear that? Okay, yeah. My second story is actually a cosplay construction story.
Okay.
When I was making Prince Damon from Sailor Moon,
Yes.
white satin,
Yes.
and I was trying to hem the pants by myself. Normally when I was trying to hem something, I would ask someone to come over and help me. This time I was like, no, I don't have time. I'll just, get it in the right place and pin it and then try it on and then adjust. So as I'm putting my foot into the leg of the pants to see how it fits, I lost my balance and fell over, and all the pins went right into the bottom of my foot through the white satin.
No.
That was the day I learned how to get blood out of white satin.
Oh no.
Hydrogen peroxide works really well.
Yay.
I'm just saying.
Yay. The things that we learned from God.
I know. I had to say that somehow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. We also have been asking cosplayers if they have a topic for an episode or if there is a social issue or a good thing they want to share that they think we should cover.
Have you done an episode on cosplaying in hot weather and how to cope with cooling packs and stuff like that? Because that would be kind of cool.
Nice.
Especially people going to Expo and San Diego Comic-Con.
That's a good point. Thank you. I can tell Bonsai stories as the day is long. I have been here since 2005.
Yes. I've been here since 2008.
Nice. Nice. So what do you guys want to talk about?
Well, Hina just makes a
How about
face.
those Denver Broncos? What a team.
Sports ball.
What is sports ball?
One topic I didn't want to cover.
I mean, I made the suit for the Denver Bronco.
Did you really?
I did.
That's so cool.
That's why I can say, how about the Denver Broncos?
I'm so sorry. But that's so cool.
Got to do all his padded thigh muscles and...
Have you seen Gritty?
Yes, I made Pierre the Pelican. Fight me. Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Okay. Have you seen Gritty, though?
You're gonna be. It's a horror story. If you Google Pierre the Pelican, it is a horror story. I don't have to explain.
Just you will
Just do
see it and you will know.
I'm just watching people Google it. Do it. Do it. I made that. I made that, yes. I'll wait. I'm not. That is what the sketch looked like.
In her defense, she made it the way that they asked.
I made it the way they asked.
Oh, God.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Terrified screams from the audience.
I made that. So what happened with that was they sent us a sketch. We made it just like the sketch. And then as a preview, they decided to take it in a dark locker room where he's looming over the camera. So it says something about getting good camera angles. Because when you take them from below in a dark room, it's going to make whatever character it is look scary.
Gumball did something on that.
It looks like Five Nights. My work looked like Five Nights at Freddy's, to be honest. There were animal parts everywhere. His new one looks like a chicken. They covered it in bandages and said that he had plastic surgery when they brought it out. It is Utah's pride. Pierre the Pelican by Pannon.
Have you seen Gritty, though?
I have not seen Gritty.
Gritty is freaky. Yes, he's the new hockey mascot. This is their photo.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Although I did also make that green one that dances with that guy. The security guard that starts dancing, and there's a green mascot, and he's dancing. I did that one, too.
Looks like there's a hula hoop kind of thing.
There is.
Yeah.
There is a hula hoop. Oh, I keep dropping peanuts. I have to narrate my life because the audience doesn't know.
Pannon's being clumsy.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't eat much today, because it's a con, and I'm not taking good self-care.
That's a good one. What do you need to do during the day to make sure that you're taking care of yourself during a con?
Hey!
Regardless of whether you're on a panel or not.
Oh my gosh.
Good
There you go.
question, David. So,
Yes, we actually had one. Yeah, it was one of our first episodes. Yeah. But yeah, we can talk about how important self-care is at the con.
Yeah.
Because we don't do any of it because I'm wearing boots. Like I do almost every year, I have sprained my ankle before the con. And I have been a good child and put it up and put ice on it and worn it under my cosplay shoes, except for today because I am wearing boots that go halfway up my calves. And so
that can kind of act as a brace in a way.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have attended cons usually as a cosplayer, but also as like a helper. And I feel like when I'm a helper, I definitely take better care of myself.
If I bind at all, whether it's a corset or like chest binding, I always forget to eat.
Oh no.
And depending on how busy I get, I'll forget to drink water. And
I'm the hangry friend, so I will remind people to eat. Because if I don't, I will start to get slowly like mad about really stupid stuff to the point that like someone drops something candy. And I'm like, ah! When really it's just feed me. I told the candy story. I told it. I did tell them about Texas and people asking me where's the candy in Texas. I'm gonna get it everywhere now. Pannon, we have something to tell you. Where's the candy? Yeah, that was my response. Who sent you? It hadn't left the state. And now... I am halfway across the country.
Now it's on the podcast.
Now it's on the podcast. I did voices, too.
You did.
I felt so bad for Kelly. She looked so scared.
We've all had experiences like that with you, though.
What?
That same one where you yelled at me because I went like and something dumb.
I didn't yell.
Yes, you did.
What?
You were like, he didn't come down. He walked away from me, and I was like 15, and I was like.
I don't remember this. I was probably hungry. Oh, okay. I do. I am the worst human when I'm hungry. Like, the smallest things will just be like, the world is ended. I don't want... I'm out. Hey. Too real. I'm an angry driver and I'm sorry. He's not exaggerating. No, it was just in a parking lot. Anyway, it's a horror story. That's Jesse's horror story. What's your favorite? How has Pannon tortured you? Allow me to be your therapist. I need to bring that as my ribbon next year, apparently. I have been personally victimized by Pannon. Attack on Pannon.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 2 years later when we all have revenge.
Yes. I'll just be there at the wall, like... What? So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, clearly I have very good close friends at the con here.
I was like, I think I'm a little less entertaining on
who
that.
Will call me out on doing stupid stuff when I'm hungry and or driving. I'm sorry. I don't...
Never drive while hungry.
That's like the worst me you can get.
I love it.
It is the worst me you can get. Was it? Which time? Oh, yeah. I'm usually a nice driver, but when I am lost or don't know where I'm going or like have to backtrack somewhere, like that's just, I get so like, ugh, I hate everything.
Exact same thing. Okay, so when Sadie and I drove to Anime Oasis up in Idaho,
yeah,
and like she drove like most of the way there, like no, I did. Did she or me? I don't know. I'll ask her later. Either way, when we got into Boise. I was like, what city was that?
Boise.
Boise. When we got into Boise, there's a ton of one-way streets in there. And either way, like, I was driving at this time, and there's so many one-way streets, and I was just like, Sadie, I know that the phone is like telling us where to go, but I need you to tell me before because I'm freaking out. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm gonna get lost, I'm gonna make a wrong turn, and she's like being very calm and patient with me, but I'm just like, I'm freaking out because I'm like, I do not like driving in new places that are cities. I love long road trips. I love those big open highways and whatnot,
Sure.
but as soon as I get into the cities, I'm just like, do not talk to me unless you are telling me where I'm going. Pannon's all pointing at herself, yes.
Me. Oh, yeah.
A GPS with Gladys' voice?
Yeah, we had, like, my brother had hacked it, so it had Gladys's voice.
I want
so, like,
this.
If you turned wrong, it would get all angry and be like, recalculating. And, but we got into LA, and, like, the signal dropped, and we were about 20 minutes from the hotel. And I had, like, no idea where I was going. We were in LA, I had no idea where to go, and I had been driving all day because it was about 11 hours from Salt Lake to LA. And
when I drove to this isn't a cosplay thing that I did, but when I drove to the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, the GPS, as soon as we got into like the outskirts of San Fran, and like we're on this big heavy highway that's supposed to take you to that big heavy bridge, and then you're in like the island area proper or whatever. The GPS kept losing where we were at.
Oh no.
And so it's like, you need to exit here. And I was like, why do I need to exit here? It literally kept taking us down weird side streets. And we should have just stayed on the big freeway thing the entire time. But I was like, I don't want to get lost. I'm going to do what the GPS tells me to do. And like the people I was driving with, they probably thought I was crazy. I was like, I don't want to get lost. And GPS was lost. So I got us lost anyways. It was awesome.
So how about that, taking care of yourself at conventions?
Yes. Drink water.
Have a map as backup.
Yes.
Wash your hands.
Oh my gosh.
If you have swine flu, stay home.
Yes. Don't bring con crud to the convention.
But he didn't. He didn't. We heard about it after. Bless you.
So Tia, for the podcast stuff, just said that someone was coming to a convention and they had lice, and they announced it, but their mom said that they couldn't go because they had lice. Thank goodness.
Bless that mother.
Oh.
Bless her.
That's frightening.
Hina wants me to tell the hot tub at ALA story. AO? Oh, AO? I wasn't there for that one. You should tell it.
Come up and tell it. You can come take my seat.
Sit in the special chair. Look with your special eyes.
Okay, so Anime Oasis used to be in a like an airport hotel.
Yes.
I can't remember what hotel it is. It's probably for the best. Oh, Holiday Inn. Thank you, Hina.
Oh gosh, that one was so tiny.
Yeah. So they had an atrium with a small pool and like a hot tub, and it was in like the main area. And so there was always people in there. And throughout the weekend, I think this was when Homestuck was really big.
Yeah.
And we all know how Homestuck cosplayers tended to be. Was it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, I guess this is before Homestuck was a thing. So that makes it even worse, actually. So over the weekend, there had just been so many people in this hot tub that the hot tub water started to grow like sentience.
Oh.
No. I think that's pretty descriptive.
No.
Where you could, it was growing like tiny humans with how many skin cells? Yeah. Yeah, they had to shut down the hot tub and the pool area because it got so bad that it was like clogging filters.
Oh my gosh.
It's just,
gross.
Just gross.
Gross.
Yeah, and AO tended to be notorious for everybody getting sick after the con, and I think it's pretty.
A hot tub is not a bathtub. Should not have to state this in the rules of the con, but a hot tub is not a bathtub.
Yeah, I think most of my horror stories come from AO in the airport hotel. I haven't been to AO since then.
Purple Kamina.
I did tell you guys Purple Kamina. That was a horror story too. That might have been the same year.
Was the hot tub purple?
Probably. No, it might have been the year after. I don't think I was there the year that the hot tub grew.
I remember it because they always had a swimsuit contest, and I would go in and do like troll outfits because they wanted sexy cosplayers. I did Starscream.
That's yeah.
A swimsuit Starscream. So I got like these big old shorts, and I had like like giant wings. But it was a transformer with like board shorts.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. I went there as Seymour from Final Fantasy X. I did him for the swimsuit.
At least swimsuit cosplay I've done is chic. We dubbed it the Shikini. It was my first time wearing a bikini.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Look at you.
I know.
Wearing bikinis for cosplay.
It was really scary. I wore a shirt over it for most of the day, but I was like, I'll be brave and I will wear it for the swimsuit thing. And it was fun.
So did you think of a thing?
To say nice about myself?
Yes. I will. By the end of this episode, I need you to say something nice about yourself.
Oh, but I'm only subpar.
You stop. You only feel sad because you have a diaper on your head.
I do. I've got a diaper on my head. I'm being threatened to be tackled by a Pikachu doll.
So tell me a good advice for taking care of yourself at a con.
Yes, drink water.
Drink water.
There have been so many times where I get, bathe. Oh my gosh, please.
Please. Like, that's not just something to take care of you, but everyone around you.
Yes, they will love you more if you don't smell.
Mm-hmm. Hover hand.
Hover hand. Yeah.
Yes, please don't wear the same clothes all 3 days.
Yeah. Change your clothes. Wear different cosplays. If you're gonna wear the same cosplay more than once, wash it during the night.
Yeah. Febreze
At least
good.
Febreze it,
Febreze
yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yes.
Have a friend to help remind you to drink
water.
water.
Have a friend. Go with a friend is good. If you don't have a friend to go with, have a care kit for yourself.
Yes.
The care kit should include
snacky snacks.
Snackies. Water. Some kind of small first aid kit.
Yes.
Because if you have uncomfortable shoes, if you injure yourself, painkillers. If you
get a safety pin to the side. I've had that happen.
Fair. If you are a human that has a certain monthly affliction, bring hygiene products.
Yes.
My werewolfism is not a joke.
That's why I'm saying you need to prepare. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what else I've put in a kit. I usually have a sewing kit, but that's if I'm doing a cosplay, just so I have like some threads from the same color as what I'm wearing. So if something pops, I can fix it. Safety pins. I've seen a lot of really cool cosplays people make based on cosplay repair and having maintenance stations.
Oh my gosh, cosplay repair cosplays are really cool.
People. They spend their weekend helping people, and I love them.
A Batman utility belt full of like thread and stuff. It's so awesome.
We have a staff member here, and they have snacks and water and things, and if you ask them for help, they will give you a like ribbon that says "Hail Hydrate."
Aww. I need to find that.
Because they help you stay hydrated and snacks.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So have a kit of stuff that will fit your needs. Remember, you're going to be there all day. Wear comfy shoes if you can, if you're just doing con going.
If you have contacts and you are aware that your eyes get irritated wearing contacts after a long time, what is that? Eye drops.
They're eye drops made specifically for contact.
She's holding up like this thing, and I was like, what is that called again?
I have been using them all day today because I am not naturally blue-eyed. So I've been using Clear Eyes contact lens,
Yes.
multi-action relief.
And if you don't have like an eye drops thing with you, make sure you bring like your glasses case, and a place
And
to
your
put your
contact
contacts.
lens.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, have those backups. I've had days where I'm like, I need to go home
just hurts
now.
too much.
My eyes hate me.
Yes.
And I want to take these out, but I don't want to waste my contacts because
Yeah.
they're more than one use.
One of my horror stories
Yeah.
based on that is I was cosplaying, I can't even remember who I was cosplaying, but I was wearing contacts a lot that weekend and switching in and out. And I don't know if like something got in or whatever, but one of my eyes got really infected. It hurt so bad. Like, it was NDK. Like, it hurt so bad. And I think it was because like I ended up like I was dressed as Vi for a lot of the weekend, but like I was like, oh yay, it's okay because I made an eye patch and it was the right eye to cover up, and I was like, it's fine, I'll just wear a for real eye patch.
Oh boy.
But I was also doing like a J-Rock version of Sakura from Naruto. And I was like, oh, I should wear contacts, but like my eyes are naturally green anyway, so I'm just gonna not. My eye hurts so much, I'm just gonna put like gore makeup on and make like a guro. Have you ever? It's a type of J-Rock, is guro.
Okay.
It's more like gore. So I did a guro version where I had like bruises and fun makeups and stuff like that. So yeah, please take care of your eyes at the convention. Is a very big one. Goodbye, friend.
Welcome, new friends.
Welcome, new friends. We're going to harass you for cosplay horror stories. Do you have some?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
Story count?
Yes.
Well,
can I tell the Vice story?
Yes, tell
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Tell us your name. Tell us your story.
I am Candace Chesley from Pink Lemonade Cosplay and co-host of the Kawaii Cast. My cosplay horror story is at Bonsai a few years ago. The very first year I cosplayed Yank. We were waiting in registration and I was just wandering around the ground trying to find some friends. My friend here is cosplaying as Vice, which is a very obscure character that not a lot of people know. I hear these girls at the bottom of the hill go, "Oh my god, is that a Vice cosplayer?" And I am just like, oh my god, these girls are fangirling over him. I am going to let him know. This will make his day. And I scream up the hill. I'm like, Tyler, you have some fangirls at the bottom of the hill. And he turns around and the girls turn around. And the girls are like, oh, never mind. It's Yang. And I went into panic mode. The look on his face was one of he was gonna murder me that night. And I was like, no. I tried to be a good friend.
I have to say, like, at a convention, the cat calls are the weirdest thing. Because, like, they'll usually be, like, weirdly in character cat calls. Because I went with a bunch of friends and we did a Sayuki group. Uh-huh. And I was Gojo. And then, like, some friends were, like, Hakai and Sanzo and stuff. And, like, halfway across the convention, I hear, Gojo, I love you! And so I just yell back, call me!
That happened to us at Fanatica too, as Ren and Nora, we were on stage and somebody in the crowd just screamed, you guys are my OTP! And I just screamed back, I'm like, girl, you're my OTP, alright? Like...
Nice. Did you have one you want to share?
No, that was mine.
Oh, that's
it's
a shared one.
Okay. Thank you guys. We have a ribbon. So we got the kit. We have make sure you're taking care of your eyeballs.
Yes.
What are you guys giggling about?
I revealed to David that my favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur. And now he will forever shame me.
Is that bad?
No, statistically, yes, it's the worst.
Is it?
Oh, he's the worst starter.
Oh.
No, you say that, but I'm just gonna let you know right now, Venusaur is running competitive very well.
That's competitive. I'm talking about original, first gen, Fire Red.
First generation, Bulbasaur was best start.
Yeah, if you needed to, cheat your way through the first gen. If you want a real challenge, you choose Charizard. Rock type against fire type? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I think we can all agree Squirtle's the best starter.
Thank you.
But Raichu is the best Pokemon ever. Anyway.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make this a Pokemon debate.
Wow.
I love
Nerds.
Bulbasaur. Just
nothing gets nerds riled up like getting their fandom wrong. So if someone's like, that's not the best, they're like, and I will tell you why, because I have an itemized list and I will go through it right now. Here is my PowerPoint presentation.
I just think Bulbasaur is super cute. And
Bulbasaur is cute.
it's a dinosaur and a plant, and it's awesome.
I like seeing the little Halloween versions.
Oh my gosh,
like
yes, the
season
pumpkin ones.
Yeah.
I am dying at how many are on Facebook right now. Like, I'm just, I love it.
Pumpkin Bulbasaur.
I'm sorry, David. I am Bulbasaur trash. I am proud Bulbasaur trash. It's my nice thing about myself. I love Bulbasaur.
That's not about you. It's not about you. It's about Bulbasaur.
That is about Bulbasaur. I love him. He's so cute with his chunky cheeks.
Fired. If this were a job interview, Mercedes, what would you tell me? Why do you need this job? Why are you an amazing person?
Depends on the job.
Nope, tell me now.
All right, I am a very I can't say the word. Statistical-minded person. I have a great eye for detail.
Yes.
And I love numbers.
Good job! Yay, Mercedes!
Oh, that's such a nerdy thing.
It's not!
I do like numbers.
Just use keywords from your house.
The sub... Oh yeah, the one thingy! I have it saved on my phone, I think. Let me find it. I got this.
Find it. I believe in you.
I got it.
Go.
Where's
go,
my gallery?
Go.
Come on, new phone. Gallery. Okay, I saved this thing. Oh, did I save
Too
it?
slow.
You said it. Okay.
Too slow.
I am adventurous, confident, and principled.
There you go.
Oh, your Hogwarts house.
The Hogwarts house. That was on Facebook.
What's mine? I'm ambitious and something.
Actually, Slytherin is enterprising, clever, and creative.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. I like it.
And for those else who want to know, this is on Facebook.
Hufflepuffs.
Glorious Spoon from, I think this is, Twitter?
That looks like Tumblr.
Tumblr. Glorious Spoon from Tumblr says, Hufflepuff is hardworking, loyal, and responsible. Ravenclaws are smart, curious, and analytical. Slytherins are enterprising, clever, and creative. Yes. And Gryffindors are adventurous, confident, and principled.
Nice.
And I actually was trying to look for, this whole time a way to say adventurous without just being like, I'm adventurous. But I'm a Gryffindor, so I'm adventurous.
I'm adventure. Yes. As you're dressed from Adventure Time.
Yes, Adventure Time! Oh my gosh. Thank you. That is a very Gryffindor thing to do. I'm threatening the Ravenclaw over here with my
I'm so sad
backwards.
I have not found the ribbon for Slytherin because it's Rena, but I will see her soon. I will see her.
You can ambush her at some point.
I will ambush her. So yeah, what other ways can you take care of you?
Yes.
Pay attention.
Pay attention to your props. That's one thing that I noticed that sometimes people with really big props will be walking around the convention, and I have done this.
Yes.
They'll turn and they'll hit somebody with their prop. One year at Fanaticu, this is again in the Mad Hatter costume. I put on his shoulder. He's got this doll named Emily.
Yes,
and
he does.
She's creepy AF, and I love her. Anyways, I had her pinned to my shoulder, and every time I turn, are you making fun of me?
No, I was doing Emily.
Oh, you're making fun of Emily. Okay. I was like, are you telling me I'm a chatterbox?
No,
Emily.
I was the Mad Hatter, and she was my Gil.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
It's a good character. Anyways, every time I turned, Emily's head would swing just enough, and her hair would get just enough in the right distance that it would smack my sister. Bye, guys!
Go shopping!
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I took Hammer to the eye.
Yeah,
Oh.
to the back is right at eye level.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Anytime I have a big prop, I just have to watch for who's behind me, who's around me. If I have something pinned to my shoulder like Emily, I gotta make sure I'm not hitting people in the face like my sister every 2 seconds. My friend Jez, the first year of Anime Bonsai, had wings on her Sailor Moon cosplay, and every time she would turn, because I was so afraid of getting lost, I would just be really close to her. So every time she would turn, I'd get smacked in the face, and that's my own fault for following too closely.
When I did UA from Cardcaptor Sakura, I had really big wings, because he does, and they were wings that could fold to just be behind me, or they could be out.
That's clever.
And so I would fold them to be behind me when I'm walking down the hallways. But people, because I am tall, would see nothing behind me and assume there was no one and nothing behind me. So they would just go running and smack into the wings and like pull me sideways along with it.
Do the convention con dodge.
Yes.
And
Like,
find that there's an obstacle behind this
a-
person.
He's a cranky boy, and I usually have trouble being cranky characters, but I was literally cranky like that whole day.
That's awesome. Oh, okay.
Like cosplay gauntlet.
Yes.
You know, you have to have like a big cosplay. And
Yes.
You have to, run the gauntlet through a whole bunch of other cosplayers.
Yes. That would be amazing.
I'm gonna dash to cosplay chess.
Oh.
So that I can find out for sure.
Leaving us.
How I'm dying.
Okay. The biggest thing I was gonna say, as our final note thing, is pay attention to your body. Even if it means like taking a break between things to just take 5 minutes and go, okay, when was the last time I ate? When was the last time I had water? How do my feet feel? Just take a minute to take care of you, because a lot of times cons are so exciting and so fun, you don't think about your body's pain, you don't think about like how you're feeling.
And suddenly at the end of the night, you get into your hotel room, you
And
lay down
you're
on the bed, and you're like,
exhausted.
what did I do?
So please, yeah, so please pay attention to your own body.
Or
That's
like
the
after
best
the
advice.
con, you burn yourself out. Time to
Yes.
get that away. Yeah. But yeah, you don't want to burn yourself out after the convention. Like, take care of yourself at it, and you'll feel better before, during, and afterwards. And that is what we all want to aim for.
Yes. So this has been
Cosplay Stitch and Seam.
Remember, you can hit us up. Oh, thank you. You can clap. There's like 5 people in the room. Yay!
Yeah, we actually got a decent amount of people coming in and out. This was awesome.
So you can hit us up as always on cosplaystitchandseam.com
or you can email us at cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com.
Or join our Facebook group
yes.
where Mercedes posts new memes every day.
Memes
Hot,
now?
fresh, off the press.
I have to post memes now.
I wish I had a picture of your face because that would have been the best meme.
It's like, what, memes?
Memes?
I'm doing what now?
Memes? Come and introduce yourself. Come and share your progress. Come and just be part of our community and be positive and be nice to each other.
It's a good one. I like all the people in it so far.
Yes.
There's no one that I've had to boot out of it. So
Yay!
You guys are all awesome.
Our theme song this week and always is
by Macy Roberts.
And our sound editing and even came with us to the con and everything with the press badge and his awesome shirt, which is we will post pictures of because it has the cosplay jackalope of all trades.
Yes, thanks to Sherry. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Bless you, Misty Nin cosplay.
Yes.
For these amazing shirts with an awesome jackalope on the front.
I'm gonna wear mine every day.
Remember how important it is to be a jackalope of all trades. And David Jeffress for our sound editing and recording, and don't forget to check out his podcast Dungeons and Chill and Comic Trades Monthly, both fun podcasts to check out.
Yes.
And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you want to keep talking with people, I just have to dash because
I'm going to keep talking until I have a pun, but would you groan in advance?
The editor, I can.
See, I thought that was a good enough joke to end with.
Just say the pun as she's leaving.
Yes.
Get the audible groan.
Audible groan as I'm leaving. No.
Right now she has to leave.
Oh. It's funny because she's dressed as Finn and I have to explain it.
You get for being Bulbasaur trash.
I am being shamed out of the room.
What time is it?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Goodbye, friend. Bye, friend. Goodbye forever.
I love you.
Goodbye. I don't know. I can't carry this on my own.
You want me to move closer?
Yeah. I've been telling I've been telling bonsai stories. Impromptu prompto. Episode prompto. Hey.
How many selfies does it take?
Let me see.
Oh dear Lord, no, I wasn't prepared for this.
I have many selfies. How about from your perspective, what's a good self-care for the con?
Like I said at the self-care or the pampering episode,
Yeah.
high C or energy, whatever that is, airborne.
Oh yeah.
Get your vitamins in. Make yourself a little bit less likely to get sick.
To die.
To die.
Con plague.
I think also taking a day after the con. So even that, like, you might have to work on Monday. If you go to your office and like, hey, I'm going to take Monday off. Having that post day allows you to really take care of yourself and make sure you're not pushing yourself harder than you need to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whenever, like, I usually get my hotel through Monday just because I can't have my stuff out by Sunday.
Yeah.
It's so stressful, and I just get so, like, by the end of the weekend.
But...
Water bottles!
Oh, I like
Hooray!
water.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
String cheese?
Cashews.
So, water, snackage, all the good stuff.
I have not hydrated today. This is amazing. I'm surprised I have a voice and I'm not like... I had peanuts earlier, so I'll take cashews. Oh, they're glorious. Cashews.
Cashew outside? How about that?
I can't even do it back to you.
Trying to think other self-care things. I don't do a lot of cons. I don't go outside.
Fair.
So that's my tip. Stay inside. Don't leave. Stay inside. So like, watch everybody else's pictures. As they post them on Facebook, and you're like, "Oh man, it was like this was great. I feel like I was a part of it."
Who needs to leave your house? That's ridiculous. That's why we have like drones and delivery things. We don't need to leave our houses.
I just got a notification. Hey, your cat food's been delivered. Here's a picture of it on your doorstep.
Hey, I like that. Hey. I mean, we're getting closer. We get automated self-driving cars, and you're basically there.
Yeah.
You just need to get, like, a seat that you don't have to move. The drone just lifts you to your car. Yep.
You're here for your jobs.
Yeah, we need the chairs from WALL-E.
I have no problem
because we have learned no lessons from WALL-E.
It's just TV. Those things that's not real.
Nah.
We didn't look at Star Trek and go, oh wow, I really want a way to communicate with people wirelessly from my hand. How could I do that? And we never thought about how to make that happen. Or sliding doors. Did you know sliding doors did not actually exist before 1963?
Wow.
Yeah.
There's an old story by Ray Bradbury about like the future will be this horrible place and people will like have to communicate like all the time with each other to share the latest jokes so everybody knows the same jokes. And like this guy goes to a therapist and he checks himself in and is like, I've murdered someone, and it was his phone, like his wristwatch phone. And I'm like, so the iPhone, the little Apple iWatch, right?
iWatch, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, he predicted the iWatch.
Edgar Rice Burroughs predicted Wi-Fi.
What?
Yeah. In A Princess of Mars, they talk about how they communicate, and they communicate with an almost umbrella-like technology, and that's kind of the coined term by Wi-Fi, is that it's an umbrella. And it will go out, and only the person who's looking for that signal will be able to pick it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's kind of scary.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
I was in cosplay before this. I dressed as David from Legion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's just such a subtle thing. I figured I didn't need the name tag because I'm David.
Oh my god. Get out. Get out. Get out. Puns are my job. Stealing my job.
I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. See, most of my self-care stuff for cosplay has been from like mistakes I have made badly.
I mean, that's how we learn, right? We learn by our mistakes, and we make sure that we only make them 2 or 3 more times.
Yes. I told the story about throwing up at AX into a garbage can.
Yeah.
Was because, I wasn't hydrated and taking care of myself and got sick at the con. I got the eye infection because I didn't take care of my contact lenses. I have gone to, oh gosh, I had these awful shoes that I wore to Anime Expo, which is a huge convention. Nothing on site, so all the hotels are like half a mile or more away.
Oh, no.
You had to take a bus to get to my hotel and back, and I wore new shoes for Alibaba from Muggy, and the rest of the costume's super comfy because they're like Aladdin pants, you know? And I took off my shoes, and I was like, I'm probably just being a whiny complainer, and like my feet just hurt. I took them off, and they had squished my toe so much, both of the big toes had blood blisters under the nails.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they were purple.
That's not
They
good,
were
Pannon.
both purple.
Pannon, no.
I know.
Pannon,
and
no.
It took like over a year to regrow them completely because like I got to the point where they were like had the blood blisters and they had like detached. Yeah. So wear comfy shoes.
Whoa.
Which I still need to take my own advice on because I found this like miracle product called Hot Heels, and it's a foot spray that numbs your feet.
That's not, numbing is not good. That's not an alternative, Pannon.
It numbs your feet. So at the end of the day, when your feet are tired, you just spray it and you're like, my feet feel fine. I can walk another mile. And your feet are screaming at you, no. But it can't hurt when
This can lead to nerve damage.
Yes, it
nerve
can.
damage is bad.
Yes.
It's not fixable.
No.
No. Pannon, no.
So don't do what I say, not what I do.
So one thing that for self-care, if you're doing a popular character, make sure that you're going to the bathroom as frequently as you need to.
Jeez.
So a couple years ago when I did my pre-serum cap, I had my Captain America shield that said waiting for my super soldier serum. And it was really popular, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm an actual cosplayer for once.
For once in my life.
For once in my life.
They like me. They really like me.
So I remember, like, I went by myself, and I met up with some friends, and they kind of went off and did their own thing. I was like, I'm not interested in that panel. I'm just going to walk the floor. And I got swarmed. Like, people kept coming up to me. I remember my favorite picture was this guy in a Star Trek red uniform.
Oh, yeah,
going, like,
red shirt.
Could you, like, pretend to choke me out or something? And I was like, yes, this is beautiful.
The things to be asked during cosplay. Could you pretend to choke me?
Yeah.
I mean...
So after, like, 30 minutes of this, I'm like, okay, I have to pee. I have to pee so bad. And it got to the point where, like, it took me another 45 minutes to get to the other side of the Salt Lake Convention Center. Because so many people... And I started turning people down.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like, no.
Which is the worst feeling.
It is.
I hate, more than anything, I hate telling people no when they're like, can I get a picture? And you have to tell them no, and they're like, that's stuck-up cosplayer. And I'm like, no, I promise I want to so badly. I cannot.
I felt so bad. I was like, if you want to wait here for like 2 minutes, I gotta run. And like, I felt bad for those people initially.
Yeah.
Because then I still had another 40 minutes to get across.
Oh my gosh.
So I finally made it back out, and I was like looking for some of these people. I was like, oh, you wanted a picture, right? No, it wasn't you. It was another Winter Soldier. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Do you want a picture anyways?
The worst.
Although the highlight, it wasn't necessarily pictures. I had someone come up to me, and she goes, would you accept a donation on the behalf of the Steve Rogers Foundation? And I'm like, it was just some random person. I have no idea who this person is.
Okay.
And I go, yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. And and she has her hand out kind of like in a fist, like she's going to drop something. And I hold out my hand underneath it, and then she does like the weird, like, drops it in my hand and then encloses my hand on top of it. And she leans in really close. Hail Hydra! And walks away. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I open up my hand, and it's a Hydra pin, and she's gone. And I have no idea where she went. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. Who are you? So, mysterious person, if you're still listening, I would love to, like, buy you something, like a drink or a burger or something. Oh, that was my favorite, like, yeah.
People are so nice at conventions, and, like, oh my gosh. I went to one, it was SakuraCon up in Seattle, and my friends and I were doing a group from the swimming anime Free. I don't know if you've seen that one. But it's basically about 4 pretty guys, and they all are swimmers. And basically they all get like shipped together.
Of course,
because
yeah.
It's fan fodder.
Yeah.
And so we had a group of all 4 guys, and we were just walking around the con, and this like really shy girl just goes up to me, like puts something in my hands and runs, and I was like, what? And it was like the character that's shipped with my. It was like a little plushie, like a real, like for real plushie, and I was like, thank you. Why would you? What? This is expensive. Yeah, it's fun. It's always cool when people like play along or do fun things like that.
Yeah, and like that's something that I love about the con experience is not only is it everybody's so nice, it's just nobody's trying to make you look dumb. Like the anime is not my scene anymore.
Yeah,
that is just I do comic books, and that's where my energy
Fair.
lies.
Yeah.
Right. I can tell you more about Venom and Carnage than anyone would like to know.
I'm not sure anyone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I was walking by and I see this girl today in wearing some sort of like colorful umbrella and like plasticky kind of garb with lights on her and whatnot. I was like, that's kind of cool. I wonder what that is. And someone's like, oh my gosh, are you this character? And she goes, actually, no, I'm just the jellyfish from the Adventure Zone. It's a real and she just goes on this diatribe of like what the Adventure Zone is. Like, you just want other people to enjoy what you're enjoying.
Yeah.
And that's something that I love about the cosplay community.
That's really cool.
It's not like, well, this is actually from Hayabu to Nosara, the premium anime out there right now.
Actually from Black Katana 4th Reunion, the
Exactly.
cell phone only game. Have we told you about Black Katana 4th Reunion?
I have not heard about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you about Black Katana 4th Reunion.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
Okay.
So, it was our like last day of con. Everyone was exhausted and just put on random pieces. And we pretended that we were from a series called Black Katana 4th Reunion. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm this character and I'm this character. And people were like, oh yeah, I've heard of that. So if you ever don't know like what to say you're from, it's Black Katana 4th Reunion. You can be from like the mobile game, or you can be from the art book.
I'm from the reboot, the 2018 version.
Oh, you're from 5th Reunion,
Oh,
right?
is it
right?
5th Reunion? My bad.
Yes! Black Katana 4th Reunion ribbon. Yes. 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 Self-care. Taking a day after is good. Being aware of yourself and not killing your feet is good.
Yeah, nerve damage is a thing.
Plan breaks.
Plan breaks, yeah.
Even, like, I know it's hard to get 3 meals in at a con, but just try to plan at least 2. Like, start off the day with something, and then make sure you, like, eat at some point in the day.
Like, put an alarm on your phone.
Yeah.
Right? So that way, like, okay, at 2 o'clock, that's usually when I get about hungry. That's when I take my lunch at work, so I'll plan about 2 o'clock, set an alarm, and then anything that I'm doing, I'll try and drop as politely as I can, and I'll go get something to eat.
Plan your cosplays around it, because we've had, we've done like a cute cosplay picnic, and everyone brings like cute like in-character lunch boxes and things, and then we make sure everybody eats, but we also get to do something cute and in character, and people are like, can I take pictures of your picnic? Yeah.
I saw something like that at FanX not too long ago.
Cute.
And a bunch of princesses were just kind of on the floor eating like burgers and whatnot. And it was like the most not princess thing.
Yes.
And I was like, can I take a picture of this? Because this is just like the irony of it all is beautiful.
That's
and they're like, oh yeah, here, let's make it worse. And then they like make the face of just like,
oh no. I like it. Right. Well, should we wrap up?
Let's wrap. Let's wrap.
What are we rapping about? The hippity hoppities. I am bad at freestyle. I can talk really fast, but I'm bad at freestyle.
It's all about rhyming.
Yes.
And I don't do that.
Right. A little bit about timing. Come on. Thank you for coming. We already said goodbye. So
cosplaystitchandseam.com, cosplaystitchandseam@gmail.com, cosplaystitchandseam on Facebook. Music by
Macy Roberts.
Editing by me.
Yay! Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbay, Google Play,
and leave reviews.
Libsyn.
Those help us make sure that other people get to find us.
Yes.
It ranks
Share an
us a little
episode.
bit. Share an episode, not just like with your friends, but grab the link from your podcast of choice.
Yes, help
Share
us
that
grow. Do you want us to come do this at a con near you? Let us know. If your con is willing to have us, we would love to come see you guys. If they want us to host an episode on a specific topic, we want to do it. Yeah, talk to your local cons, ask us, tell us about your local cons. So, yeah, stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Do you have your pun?
I don't.
Oh, no.
I just want the groans anyway.
You know, usually at this point when the pun is over and like we've done recording, I would imagine that Mercedes would go, Bonsai!
Bonsai! I just want a little Mercedes after the credits, just Bonsai!
There's my pun.
Nice.
All right.